Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 2 of Thoughts and Prayers. I'm your host, Pluto Milford, and today we're going to discuss gatekeeping. Essentially, this came to the foreground with the release of Stranger Things, Volume 4, Episode 8, where Eddie Munson shreds some fucking Metallica and introduces an entire new generation to the beauty that is Master of Puppets. Now, online there's been this huge backlash of established Metallica fans looking down on these new Metallica fans. So just the streaming of Master of Puppets rose, it's like 615% in a week after episode 8 of Stranger Things Part 2. Hold on. Stranger Things Season 4, Part 2, Episode 8. Fuck y'all. Yeah. Master of Puppets streaming rose 615%. So this is a whole new generation of people who are being introduced to Metallica. And there are Metallica fans who, gatekeepers, quote unquote, who don't like it. They're like, these fucking posers, man. They didn't like Metallica when it was cool. They didn't know about Metallica. So you're a fucking idiot. Now, this has been going on for years. Metallica was a live band in the San Francisco area. And when Kill 'Em All came out, which was their first album, worst album that they've put out. Excellent songs on it, but it's recorded horribly. When Kill 'Em All came out, the people who only saw them live and had the shitty dub tapes of their live performances they looked down on the people who found out about them with the release of Kill 'Em All. And they called those people posers. Well, when Ride the Lightning came out, everyone who became fans with Kill 'Em All looked down at the Ride the Lightning people, called them posers, and so on and so on. I had heard Metallica for years, but I got into Metallica after I bought my first CD. My first CD was And Justice for All, the 4th Metallica album, and the Make It or Break It Metallica album. And Justice for All was the first album that did not have Cliff Burton on it. And it was the first album that they did a music video on. Their first music video was One. And I fucking fell in love with them. Absolutely loved Metallica. I was introduced to them with And Justice for All. So I was a poser. According to the Master of Puppets, the Ride the Lightning, and the Kill 'Em All people. I'm not a fucking poser. I love Metallica. I've loved Metallica for 35 fucking years. Well, let's say 30 years. You can't call that a poser. And the very idea of getting pissed at someone because they now like something that you've always liked because they were introduced to it, it makes no fucking sense. I don't understand it. I don't understand why someone who has always been right, Metallica has always rocked, they have always been cool, they have always been amazing, is mad at someone for discovering them. I mean, I'd reckon to bet half the people that were introduced to Metallica via Stranger Things, season 4, episode 8, and Eddie Munson's rendition of their fucking song, Master of Puppets, weren't alive when I became a fan of them, weren't alive when Metallica started. So how could they ever not be posers in these people's eyes? Just, it blows my fucking mind that someone would think that more people liking something that they've always liked would be a negative. I don't understand that. I don't understand the idea of gatekeeping. So it's like, what the fuck, you know? But now that a whole new generation, apparently Black Album came out, oh, Metallica sold out. They're doing radio hits now. When Load came out, Metallica fucking cut their hair. They sold out. Only posers like them now. Black Album was fucking excellent. It wasn't classic Metallica, but it was a new step. And I fucking love Load. Wow, I'm going to put this online. And I just said that. The album, the Metallica album, Load, is actually a good fucking album. Is it a great Metallica album? No, it's not. But is it a good rock album? Fuck yeah. I mean, there's basically a Metallica country song on there, but I can get behind that. It's a beautiful thing when a band goes through these different stages. And they change, but the intent is still there. When I first heard Metallica and Justice for All, I put that CD. It's the first CD I ever bought myself. It's the first CD I ever owned. Bought that CD. I put it in my portable CD player, plugged in the tape converter, and put the tape converter into my sound system so that I could listen to the CD on my boombox, essentially. I didn't have portable CD players were way less expensive than the stereo CD players. I didn't have the kind of money to buy just a CD player. So I put that on, and I turn on my Super Nintendo and fucking play Super Metroid for hours and hours, and just listening to that song, that album over and over again. And arguably, next to Kill 'Em All and Justice for All, is one of the worst recorded albums because of Lars allegedly dumping all of the bass because he didn't want Newsted to be heard on the album. Again, first album without Cliff. And Cliff made Metallica. Cliff Burton was Metallica. So his death on the Master of Puppets tour was a huge thing. So the fact that Metallica not only survived that, but thrived, was a beautiful thing. Now, you gotta ask yourself, had Cliff not died, what would Metallica look like today? I don't think that's fair, because you never know what would have happened, you know? And what did happen is what we got. Yeah, it might be the shittiest timeline, but it's the timeline we have. So, again, I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things. You can nitpick it and pull it apart all you want and be like, it's not that great. It's not such a great show or what have you, but it is written pretty decently. And there's a lot of thought put into it, which you don't get with a lot of shows these days. I mean, there's a resurgence of shows being the main storytelling format as Disney takes over the theaters and streaming is happening more. We're getting more condensed, more direct stories to where you don't have 20 episodes a season, so you don't have 10 episodes that really have nothing to do with the plot of that season. You're getting direct, more intent storytelling. And Stranger Things does a good job and has always done a good job from season 1 all the way around. Now, a lot of people are like, it's just nostalgia. And there's a lot of nostalgia in it. I'll give you that. But it's not all nostalgia because it's not brown enough and it's not orange enough. There's way too many colors in that show. The colors, the colorful 80s didn't come around until 87, 88, 89, early 90s, okay? So there should be a lot more wood paneling and brown and orange in that show. But I digress. I enjoy Stranger Things, and I loved Stranger Things 4. And Eddie was a wonderful representation of what I went through in high school. Growing up in a small town, I was part of the metalheads, and we were deemed as satanic because we wore black and listened to heavy metal music. And while we never had anyone die in our homes, and we were never actually hunted down by the town, seeing Eddie put in that position, an extreme version of what I and my friends lived through as being the outcasts, and then watching him play one of the greatest fucking Metallica songs ever. I mean, Master of Puppets pulls you in. Dun, 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 dun. Fuck yeah. Oh my God. But as a cis, straight, white American male, there's been a lot of people that have represented me in different media throughout the years. But nobody has come so close to representing my personal journey through life as Eddie in Stranger Things 4. He was an outcast. He was a happy-go-lucky guy who just found himself in a shit position and wasn't interested in changing who he was because people didn't understand him. Fuck them. It's not his responsibility for other people to understand him. But it was fucking beautiful. Like, I don't know. Seeing fucking Master of Puppets in the #1 show on Earth being played out, and it's fucking great. And I can't do anything but welcome the new fans of Metallica to their music. You couldn't have been brought in on a better fucking song. Master of Puppets is going to lead you to the entire album, which you'll get the thing that should not be, fucking Welcome Home Sanitarium, Orion. I mean, oh, fuck yeah. And then once you listen to that album, you're going to go one of two ways. You're going to go back and hit up Ride the Lightning, which arguably is their best album. Fuck you, phone. Ride the Lightning, which is arguably their best album. It has a song that people fucking look down on others for when they liked it, Fade to Black. One of the greatest ballads ever. And there's so much fucking meaning in that song. Or they're going to go up to where I started, which was And Justice for All. And there's 40 plus years of Metallica that these people these new fans now get to enjoy if they so choose. Except for Stanger. Fuck Stanger. What were you guys thinking, really? I mean, God. That one hurts my heart. But Death Magnetic was good. Death Magnetic. Anyways, why would anyone be pissed that more people started liking something that they themselves have always liked? I don't get it. Metallica fans show other people Metallica all the time. They're like, hey, listen to this. Oh, have you heard this? This is great. Oh my God. Music fans do that constantly. So I don't understand why when a popular show or whatever utilizes Metallica or a music that someone likes, why they would get pissed off at that. It makes no sense to me. And here's the kicker. During the 80s, Metallica had a shitty record contract, and they were not making tons of money, which is what led Lars to be a dick and sue Napster and all of that stuff. They made more money in 1 week, I assume, after Stranger Things 4 Volume 2, Episode 8 came out, than they made in the 80s. Fuck yes. Oh my God, yes. So, I don't know. This is just my rant on gatekeeping. I've never understood it. I don't get it. I don't understand why anyone would get pissed off because new people like something that you have always liked. There's a lot of people who see someone wearing a Metallica t-shirt and they want to do the name 3 songs from that album. Fuck you. I owned a Metallica t-shirt before I knew their music. That is a horrible way to judge someone. It just doesn't make sense. Do me a favor. After you get done watching this video, like, subscribe, share with your friends. But type in Wolfie's Just Fine Metallica t-shirt. That is a great fucking song. And it's all about a kid who's at a store and he sees a Metallica t-shirt and he thinks the Metallica t-shirt is cool. And he wants the Metallica t-shirt. But if he got it, all the Metallica fans would call him a fucking poser because he couldn't name any songs off that album. But he saw a Metallica t-shirt and thought it was cool. A fucking foot in the door is a foot in the door. And the more people that we have enjoying good music, excellently made music, actually music that's made by musicians that craft it, maybe the pop shit won't be as pop anymore. I mean, you're always going to have pop music, and there's some good shit there too, but I don't know. I just don't see the point in getting pissed at somebody because they like Metallica, because something they saw had Metallica in it. Gatekeeping just never made sense to me, man. I don't know. Anywho, I think I've ranted enough. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, share with your friends. But, yeah. Thanks for listening to my thoughts and prayers. I'm Pluto Milford. And I'll see you next time. Later.